In the first session, dealing with the geological time scale, we have seen that the age of the earth is 4.5 billion years. The geological history since the formation of the earth is divided into 5 major periods called as Archean, Proterozoic, Paleozoic, Mesozoic and Cenozoic era. A detailed geological history, rock formation, life form and climatic changes that the earth has undergone in the earlier 3 eras like Archean, Proterozoic and Paleozoic eras is discussed at length. A brief introduction regarding the major events in the Mesozoic era is also presented in this session. The main objectives of this session are to give a detailed geological account of various periods of the Mesozoic era. Secondly, to bring out the salient features of the Cenozoic era. And last, that is third one, to know the evolution of modern man on the earth. The Mesozoic era followed the Paleozoic era. This era was shorter than the Paleozoic era. This era is also called as secondary era. The Mesozoic era is divided into 3 periods as Triassic, Jurassic and Cretaceous. A detailed account of these periods is presented here. The term Triassic was named in 1834 by Friedrich von Alberti after the 3 distinct rock layers that are found throughout Germany and Northwest Europe. The Triassic is the first period of Mesozoic era. Both the start and end of this period was marked by major extinction events. The Triassic period began in the wake of Permian Triassic extinction events which left the Earth's biosphere impoverished. The bedrock was covered by first layer of marine limestone followed by terrestrial mud and then the sandstone. Dinosaurs first appeared in the late Triassic and became dominant in the succeeding Jurassic period. The supercontinent of Pangaea existed until the mid-Triassic period, after which it began to gradually drift into 2 separate landmasses, Laurasia in the north and Gondwana to the south. The Triassic is the first period of the Mesozoic era. There were no significant deposition of rock formation during Triassic period in the Indian subcontinent. The global climate during Triassic period was mostly hot and dry, with deserts spanning much of the Pangaea's interior. However, the climate became more humid as Pangaea began to drift apart. Consequently, coniferous trees and ferns were developed in the northern hemisphere. Carnivores, fishes like reptiles and lobsters were evolved in the sea. For the first time, mammals evolved from reptiles on the land. The end of this period was marked by yet another major mass extinction, the Triassic-Jurassic extinction event, which wiped out many groups and allowed dinosaurs to assume dominance in the Jurassic period. The Jurassic period constitutes the middle period of Mesozoic era. The term Jurassic is named after the Jura Mountains within European Alps, where limestone deposits from the period were first identified. The Jurassic period lasted for about 56.3 million years, from the end of the Triassic period to the beginning of the Cretaceous period. Jurassic period is known as the age of reptiles. The first birds also appeared during the Jurassic period, evolved from theropod dinosaurs. The start of this period is marked by the major Triassic-Jurassic extinction event. Other major events of this period includes the appearance of earliest lizards and primitive placentals. The ocean were inhabited by marine reptiles. Flowering plants also evolved, resulting in dense forest. By the beginning of the Jurassic, the supercontinent Pangaea continued drifting like Laurasia to the north and Gondwana to the south. This created more coastlines like Gulf of Mexico. The continental climate shifted from dry to humid. Many of the arid deserts of the Triassics were replaced by lush green forest. In India, huge deposits of grey limestone were found between Kashmir and Kumaon regions. Parts of Rajasthan and Kutch were submerged under the Arabian Sea. Sandstone of Kutch, limestone and marbles of Jaisalmer are some of the rock formation formed during this period. Similar rocks were also found in the east coast between Guntur and Rajahmundry in Andhra Pradesh. Land areas were dominated by forest and swampy plains having lakes and meandering rivers. Major areas of Asia and Europe and surrounding areas of Great Britain were submerged under the sea water. This period saw the advancement of the sea. The period was characterized by widespread deposition of limestone, mostly in France, southern Germany and Switzerland, etc. This period has been named after Greek word kreta, means chalk. The Cretaceous period is usually represented by abbreviated K for its German translation, that is chalk. The Cretaceous period had duration of about 79 million years. It is the last period of Mesozoic era. Cretaceous period was a period with relatively warm climate resulting in the rise of sea levels that created numerous shallow inland seas. The Rocky Mountains of North America and Alps and mountains of Europe evolved during this period. The areas where rock formation of this period deposited in India includes parts of Gujarat, Rajasthan in the west, Jammu and Kashmir in the north, Pondicherry and Kaveri river valleys in the south, and Narmada and Sindh valleys. This period was characterized by a widespread volcanic activity. The Deccan Traps and most of the rock formation in the western India are as a result of major volcanic eruption that took place during this period. The basaltic rocks produced due to volcanism are formed in a stepwise manner in the Deccan Traps region in India. In between the layers of basaltic lava, weathered materials was embedded. The spatial distribution of Deccan Trap rocks is seen in parts of Gujarat, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. The lava eruption in the form of fissure eruption. The rocks are mostly basaltic in nature. Over a period of geological time, the basaltic rocks underwent weathering process resulting in the formation of black cotton soils. The Cretaceous period also witnessed the deposition of sandstones and other associated sedimentary rocks in parts of Meghalaya, Tiruchirappalli area in Tamil Nadu. The land areas bordering the sea were characterized by swamps. The rivers started flowing slowly and formed deltas. The climate continues to be mild, causing vegetation to grow abundantly as far as north as Greenland, though parts of Australia appear to be covered by glaciers. By these periods, dinosaurs become extinct. The end of the Cretaceous period is defined by the abrupt Cretaceous Paleogene boundary, that is 𝗂𝗡𝗃 boundary, a geological signature associated with the mass extinction which lies between Mesozoic and the Cretaceous era. Cenozoic era is the division of the geological time period which succeeds Mesozoic era and ends at the period Quaternary. The term Cenozoic or Cainozoic in Greek means new life. The Cenozoic era is known as the age of mammals. In the early Cenozoic era, following the 𝗂𝗡𝗃 event, the earth was dominated by relatively small fauna including small mammals, birds, reptiles and amphibians. Following the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum, the earth's climate began a cooling and drying trend, culminating in the Pleistocene epoch. The continents also began to occupy the present day positions. The continental drift, which was initiated during the Mesozoic era, resulting in the splitting of Pangaea into Laurasia and Gondwana land, has been intensified in the Cenozoic era. This has resulted in the drifting of Eurasia and America from Laurasia, whereas Gondwana broke into Australia, India and Antarctica. Himalayan mountain range and Indo-Gangetic plains did not exist at the time of breaking of the Indian subcontinent from the Gondwana land. Subsequently, Himalayan range began to form between 40 to 50 million years ago, when two large land masses, that is India and Eurasia, collided along the Tethys Sea. Himalayas were uplifted from the Tethys Sea. The unaffected part of the Tethys Sea is the present day Mediterranean Sea. All this took place during the Eocene and Oligocene epochs. The Cenozoic era is divided into two periods, namely the Tertiary and the Quaternary. The Tertiary period is further divided into 5 epochs, which are 1. Paleocene, 2. Eocene, 3. Oligocene, 4th Miocene and 5th one or the last one Pliocene. The scientists believe that the 6100 kilometer long coastline along the Bay of Bengal in the east and Arabian Sea in the west and the Indian Ocean in the south has been formed during the Tertiary period. The Paleocene is the lowermost epoch of the Tertiary period, while Eocene is the epoch of the Tertiary period between Paleocene and Oligocene epochs. Mountain ranges which began to form in the Cretaceous period continue to grow. Due to volcanic activity, vast amount of lava was deposited in Arctic Scotland, Ireland and Deccan Plateau of India. Flowering plants including deciduous trees became dominant. Most of the fish in the oceans look on the shape as we know today. Many varieties of mammals came into existence. Throughout the Oligocene epoch, the land masses grew at the expense of the sea. The Alp mountain ranges began to form. The forest dwindled and grassland covered the large areas, leading to an increase in the grass-eating mammals. Tailless primitive ape, possibly related to the ancestors of the man, who appeared. During the Miocene epoch, powerful earth movements led to the further retreat of the sea. The Mediterranean Sea became virtually landlocked ocean. The European and the Asian landmass were finally joined together. Further earth movements led to the formation of Alps and Himalayas. This epoch is also associated with volcanic activity. In the Pliocene epoch, continents and oceans began to take on their present form. Land subsidence led to the formation of the North Sea, the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, and the Sea of Aral. The Tertiary period is known for mountain building activity. This period witnessed folding and uplift of the sediments in the geosynclines. Geosynclines are narrow elongated seas, resulting in the extensive mountain ranges. The 𝗳𝗧 had disappeared from Europe and Asia by the Pliocene period. Towards the end of Eocene, folding and upliftment of Himalayas has begun. The Himalayan orogeny reached the peak in the mid-Miocene. Shivalik range was uplifted between the upper Miocene and the lower Pleistocene. The fold mountain ranges in North America and South America, the Rockies and the Andes, and the island arcs along the western coast of Pacific Ocean were formed during the Tertiary period. Quaternary period is the current or the most recent period of Cenozoic era. The Quaternary period is subdivided into two epochs, namely Pleistocene and Holocene epochs. The early form of human life appeared during Quaternary period, but the modern man evolved during the Holocene period. Man appeared on the earth towards the beginning of the Pleistocene period. The diastrophic movements that took place during the Tertiary period resulted in minor displacement both in the east and the west coast. The findings of the submerged forest in the Arabian Sea indicates that the east coast is uplifted and the west coast submerged under the sea. The famous city of Dwarka in Gujarat is believed to be due to the submergence in the sea. The Pleistocene epoch is also called as Great Ice Age. The Siachen Glacier, the Pindari Glacier, Gangotri and Yamunotri glaciers capping the Himalayas are the remnants of the Ice Age. Antarctica, Greenland and Ireland are also the remnants of the Ice Age. The river Ganga, Yamuna and Sindhu and Brahmaputra have their origin in these glaciers. The Indo-Gangetic plains in the northern India are the result of the sediments carried and deposited by these rivers. By the end of the Great Ice Age, the deltas of the South India are also formed. The northern and the middle of North America and Eurasia were under extensive ice sheets during this period. The ice started melting some 10,000 years back. The Holocene epoch is the geological time period that began after the Pleistocene epoch, approximately 10,000 years before the present. The term recent has been often used as a synonym for Holocene. This epoch is also called as Neolithic period. Development of major civilizations and overall scientific transition towards urban living in the present is witnessed during this epoch. Petroleum is the most important mineral found in the rocks of the Cenozoic era. The lignite deposits of North America also belong to this period. It is seen that nearly 87.6% of the earth history belongs to Proterozoic era, which includes Precambrian, Archean and Azoic periods. This is the oldest and the longest era in the geological history of the earth. This phase of the geological history of the earth is related to the formation of the earth and also the formation of the primary or igneous rocks. The Archean rocks are the oldest and contain no traces of life. The span of Paleozoic era spreads from 600 to 252 million years back, whereas the Mesozoic era extended from 252 to 66 million years back. The Cenozoic era is just 65 million years. The Paleozoic era is also called as the primary era in the geological history. The beginning of the plant life is believed to date back to this period. Mesozoic era is also called as secondary era. The Cenozoic era is the most recent one in the geological history of the earth. The modern man is the product of the Holocene period. We have gone through the past and the present geological history of the earth. From the geological history of the earth, it is seen that Mother Earth is dynamic in nature. The journey of the earth started from Archaeozoic era and continued in the Holocene period or the recent period. The surface of the earth with continents and ocean has evolved to the present shape and distribution through various changes related to the geological processes that occurred in various geological periods. The surface of the earth is evolved to its present position and shape through various changes. Most of these changes have been brought about by natural phenomena such as climate change, changes in the sea level, and consequent emergence and submergence of the land in various geological times. Volcanism, earth movements, deposition have formed lava plateaus, mountains and plains in various parts of the world. Geological timescale provided useful information related to the earth, its formation and evolution of geomaterials like rocks, faults, major tectonic events, etc. The major landforms on the earth's surface thus evolved have a profound effect on the terrestrial and marine landforms. It is inferred from the geological timescale that initially the earth was not conducive for the development of life. The early form of human life appeared during the Quaternary period, but the modern man evolved in the Holocene or the recent geological period. Evolution of life from unicellular bacteria to the modern man, formation of oceans and continents with present day landforms is clearly brought out in the geological timescale.